Today we're taking a deep, unhurried look at the Nokia 235, a handset that proves you don't need bells and whistles to deliver reliability, simplicity, and joy in a pocket-sized package. If you're someone who wants a phone that just works, that lasts for days on a single charge, and that brings back a satisfying tactile experience with physical keys, then stick around because this device is built for you. From the moment you hold it, the Nokia 235 feels familiar and reassuring. The rounded edges and compact dimensions sit comfortably in the palm, bringing a sense of balanced heft that signals durability without feeling cumbersome. Its plastic shell is thoughtfully textured to resist fingerprints and to give grip, and the overall layout is sensible. The screen sits above a classic keypad, and the soft curvature of the back fits naturally in the hand, which makes long calls or extended texting sessions surprisingly pleasant. The display is modest by modern smartphone standards, but it's tuned with clarity in mind. Text is crisp, icons are legible, and the simple, high-contrast menus are easy to navigate. The brightness is adequate for indoor use and reasonable under daylight. This is not a device for streaming movies or editing photos, but for what it promises, communication and battery life, it delivers with competence. One of the defining features of the Nokia 235 is its physical keypad. Typing on a well-spaced, clicky keypad carries its own kind of satisfaction. The buttons have clear, tactile feedback which makes dialing numbers and composing messages fast and reliable. For many users who grew up with feature phones, this physical interface is not a compromise but a preference. Speed and accuracy in one-handed use are a huge plus for people who want to keep their attention on the road, or in situations where swiping on glass just isn't convenient. Under the hood, the hardware is optimized for long battery life. A relatively small, energy-efficient display combined with a modest processor and a simple operating environment means the Nokia 235 can stretch to multiple days on a single charge with moderate use. For users who prioritize standby time and long call durations, that endurance factor alone justifies choosing a device like this. Imagine travel days where charging outlets are scarce, long shifts away from desks, or simply the peace of mind of not having to worry about battery anxiety. The battery is not just about capacity, it's also about how the device manages power. The lightweight software and stripped-back services keep background power draw minimal, so the phone preserves energy for the moments that matter. Call quality on the Nokia 235 is dependable. The earpiece and loudspeaker are tuned for clarity and volume, making conversation effortless even in noisy environments. Signal reception is solid, and the call UI is simple to use with quick access to contacts and recent calls. For anyone who relies heavily on voice communication, this is a phone that knows its primary job and does it well. Messaging feels retro in the best possible way. Whether you prefer composing SMS or using the built-in predictive text features, sending a quick note or typing a contact number is smooth and straightforward. The messaging system avoids distractions and complications. It is efficient and focused on the task at hand, which many users will appreciate in an age of constant notifications. The Nokia 235 often includes a basic camera, and while it won't rival modern smartphone cameras, it's perfectly capable of capturing crisp daytime shots and letting you preserve simple memories. The camera is best used for quick snaps, a document, a street scene, a candid moment. Low light performance is limited, but the camera's speed and ease of use make it convenient for those everyday, practical photos. Storage on a device like this is designed around the essentials. With support for expandable memory via microSD, you can keep your contacts, a handful of photos, and lightweight media without fuss. The straightforward file management means you won't be wading through bloated apps or excessive background processes. Connectivity options satisfy the basics: reliable 2G or 3G voice and data where available, Bluetooth for hands-free calls and simple file transfers, and sometimes a basic FM radio that is perfect for radio fans who enjoy local stations without using data. These features add up to a phone that complements an active, no-nonsense lifestyle. The software experience on the Nokia 235 is intentionally minimal and easy to learn. Menus are logically organized and intentionally uncluttered. There are no app stores full of distractions, which can feel liberating. Instead, you get essentials like contacts, messaging, camera, clock, calculator, and a selection of small utilities that make the device practical. For users who want a secondary phone for focused use, or a primary phone that keeps life simple, this kind of software environment is gold. Durability is a recurring theme with Nokia feature phones, and the 235 takes that heritage seriously. The build resists everyday knocks and scuffs, and the replaceable battery and removable back cover make repairs or battery replacements easier and more economical than sealed, modern smartphones. The pragmatic design choices mean this phone can keep going for years with the right care. For people living in rougher conditions or those who need a reliable backup for travel or work, that robustness is invaluable. The user experience is also about the less tangible things, the nostalgia of a physical ringtone that feels more personal than another generic notification, the convenience of dedicated call and end buttons, and the simplicity of a phone that does not constantly vie for your attention. For parents looking to give their children a first phone, for older adults who prefer a simpler interface, or for anyone who wants to disconnect from app fatigue, this phone provides calm and control. If you're wondering who the Nokia 235 is for, think pragmatic users. Travelers who require long battery life, minimalists who want to avoid the noise of modern phones, people who work in environments where a glass screen is a liability, and users who simply want a dependable communication tool that won't complicate life. It also fits perfectly as a secondary device, a trusted companion in a pocket or glove box for emergencies. Of course, no device is perfect for everyone. If you live inside social media apps, if you demand the latest camera tech or large, high-resolution screens for streaming and gaming, then this phone will feel limited. But that limitation is intentional. The Nokia 235 is not trying to be a compact computer, it is trying to be the most reliable, uncomplicated phone it can be, and in that mission it succeeds. Practical tips for getting the most from this phone include customizing the ringtone and key tones so you recognize calls instantly, organizing important contacts into speed dial to minimize fiddling, and carrying a compact charger or spare battery if you plan on long continuous use. Using a micro SD card for photos and simple media ensures that the internal storage stays free for essential functions. For privacy-focused users, the limited app ecosystem is actually an advantage. With fewer background services and no persistent tracking by large app ecosystems, your personal data footprint is smaller by design. That makes the Nokia 235 a great fit for people who value privacy. In short, the Nokia 235 is a love letter to what phones used to be and to what many phones still need to be: simple, reliable, and built to last. It reconnects us with the original purpose of mobile phones, which is to enable clear communication whenever it's needed, without unnecessary distractions. If your life would benefit from fewer interruptions, longer battery life, and a device that simply works exactly as expected, the Nokia 235 is worth serious consideration. It will not replace your smartphone if your world revolves around apps, but it will bring peace, longevity, and practicality to anyone who chooses to carry it. If you like this in-depth tour, hit like, share your thoughts in the comments about what you want to see next, and tell us if you prefer feature phones or full-blown smartphones and why. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep it simple and stay connected.